Hello everyone, from today we are going to start anatomy part and we will first start from the scapula. We will try to learn anatomy from the diagrams only. So first there are two surface of scapula, one is anterior and one is posterior. So first we will see the posterior surface of scapula. Draw the diagram with me, then we will see how to learn the sides and borders of scapula. We will learn each and every point with this diagram only. So this is the posterior view of scapula. Now we will see what are the things we find in posterior view of scapula. The first thing we will see is the acromion process. This is the acromion process. Then next comes the coracoid process. This is coracoid process, which this one is coracoid process. This is acromion process. And third process is this one. This is the spinous process, the spine of scapula. Spinous process. So we have seen three process. One is coracoid, second is acromion, and third is spinous. Now there are three borders in scapula. One is medial border, other is lateral border, and one is superior border. So we have seen two surface, three borders, and three process. And now we will see the three angles. So the first angle is this one. This is inferior angle. The next angle is this one. This angle. This angle is superior angle. And other one is glenoid angle or lateral angle. So this one is our lateral angle. And this is the posterior view of right scapula. Now we will see the anterior surface of the scapula. Always draw the diagram with me so that you can learn each and everything in anatomy with the help of diagram. You don't have to mug up anything. So let's draw the anterior surface of scapula. Above we had drawn the posterior surface. Now this is the anterior surface of scapula. Again we will see the three borders, three process and three angles. First, so this is the medial border, this is the lateral border, this angle is inferior angle, this angle is superior angle, this is the lateral angle, or this cavity is known as glenoid cavity. Now this is the acromion process. This is coracoid process, and spinous process in the posterior view, and this is the superior border. So I hope concept of three angles, three process, three borders is clear. Now we will see the remaining things, other parts of the scapula. So starting from the anterior surface, what's remaining thing left? This whole process, fossa. There is a depression. Fossa is what? Fossa is a depression present in scapula. So there is a depression present in the anterior surface, and this depression is known as subscapular fossa. Now in the anterior side, two things are also there. In the glenoid cavity, above and below it, there are two tubercles. This one is infraglenoid. Why infra? Because it is below glenoid cavity. So infraglenoid tubercle. And this part, this is above glenoid cavity. So this is supraglenoid. Supraglenoid tubercle. And this last one, this is the facet for articulation with clavicle. So these are the things we found in anterior view of scapula. So once we will revise the things we see in anterior aspect. First, acromion process, spinous process we have seen in posterior view. Then second process is coracoid process. Now three borders: lateral border, lateral border, medial border, superior border. Three angles: superior angle, inferior angle, lateral angle. And these were two processes. Now remaining things, one is subscapular fossa. Other two things are supraglenoid tubercle and infraglenoid tubercle. That's all for anterior surface of right scapula. Now the remaining things of posterior surface are, now see, this is the spinous process now. So there is things above the spine and below the spine. So above the spine is also a depression. This depression above the spine. This depression is known as, it is above, so supraspinous. Supraspinous, why? Because it is spinous process. Supraspinous fossa. Then there is a depression also below the spinous process. This one. So this is known as infraspinous because it is below the spine. Infraspinous fossa. And there is a notch present. This notch is a depression. This is known as suprascapular notch because it is in the above side of scapula. So this is suprascapular notch. Now this whole is acromion process na. So it is having two borders. The border facing the outward side, this is the lateral, and this is towards the middle. So this is middle border of acromion process itself. So today we have seen all the fossa, process, angle, border, all the depressions of the scapula. Now how to decide whether it is the left scapula or right scapula? We will see this in just two easy steps. First, make a check sign with your hand. Means this side will be your thumb and this will be your finger. Okay. Now hold the posterior surface of the scapula into your hand. This comes the thumb, two fingers, remaining fingers, like this. Now keep this scapula in your hand. So keep the acromion process. This was the acromion process now. Like this, and keep the superior angle towards your thumb. This is your coracoid. And remaining part of the scapula below it. Now the side towards which will the acromion process will point out will be that side of scapula. Like here, you are holding the scapula in right hand and the acromion process is pointing outwards towards your these two fingers. So this is the right scapula. This is the most easiest way to decide the side of scapula. Thank you. From next, we will see the muscles attachment to the scapula. Hope you like the video, the way of learning anatomy in the easiest way with the help of diagrams. So please like, share and subscribe the channel for more such videos.